Hello, everybody, and welcome. I am Titan9, and we are going to be talking about some starter decks over the next couple of videos because we have the starter release events happening, and I've seen online and have been asked with people questioning what's the best deck. I see this all the time. What's the one we go with? And I'm going to do a bit of a spoiler and say, doesn't matter. I'm going to rip that Band-Aid off right now. They're all workable decks. You know, even if one is perhaps a little better than the other, the differences are sort of small. And the stakes of these events are pretty low. A lot of people are going to be playing for the first time, and they kind of want to get to know the format. We're not talking about a Magnus Carlsen, Hideki Nakamura chess championship type matchup here, right? These are not the opponents you're going to have. Even if you were playing against one of the top players currently, you with the best deck against them with the quote-unquote worst deck probably won't make all that much of a difference. And since this is randomly distributed anyway, it's actually a good news. You have a chance to win with any deck that you are given. So instead of some other people are already put out videos about sort of which one's the best, which one's the strongest, I decided you don't know what you're going to get, so I think it would be best to make videos about how to play each deck. How should you approach their matchups, and what things should you be considering based on what is in the deck. And this little introduction will be in all the videos, so feel free to skip it in the future videos to just go right to the meat of it, but it just applies to every deck, and I just wanted people to stop worrying, trying to figure out what the best deck and how to gain these very minor percentage points, because at the end of the day, Gundam is still a pretty inconsistent game. These decks are not sort of built to hyper extremes of quality. They're good decks, but they're not meant to be extremely efficient. The cards don't always even work super well together. So everybody's kind of working on the same page of these imperfect decks, and it's really the event's about having fun. But if you do want to try to win the bonus promos, then I'm going to teach you how to approach each deck, and we're going to sort of play one deck against the other three, and that's what we will be doing for each video. All right, and welcome back to the final video in this series for ST4 Seed Strike. We're going to do the Gauntlet to show you how to run through it, though I will upfront say this has been the hardest deck for me to kind of grok what it does. You know, the other three make a lot of sense to me, looking on paper and then also in the gameplay. This Seed deck still feels a little weird. It's not clunky per se, it just is it's been hard for me to figure out how to best maximize it. I'm still going to give you some tips and tricks based on my playstyle with it, how to approach matchups with the other decks, but I definitely feel less confident in my knowledge of it than the other three decks. That being said, I'm not confident in my knowledge, but I am confident this deck is perfectly fine to play in the beta weekend, and the only reason I would be least excited to play this one is because I don't fully understand how to best pilot it, though I think I can do well enough today to show you how to do what you can with it. It's just an odd thing where the red stuff and the white stuff don't play super well together with each other. It just feels like a little less synergy going on here than the other decks. It's just like some good red stuff, some good white stuff, and hopefully you're able to use that. I guess you would want your white to let you be defensive while you attack in with your red units, but that's not fully what's going on here either. Yeah, I'm not crazy about this Dusk card or this Miguel's Jin card. It has one toughness even, I guess this does give you +1, but it doesn't wow me for 2 cost or 3/1, and its pair link thing, it has never once come up for me. It seems really hard to draw that one card, so I'll just presume you're not going to draw off of it. It's going to trade down with anything. Opponents have blockers, it's not great, but other stuff feel kind of solid. I do like the amount of blockers. I really like Striker Pack. This unit is obviously just good. It's been good since beta. This one is streaky. In the matchups where you want it, it's really nice. I much prefer his other suit. This Aegis, the MA mode, the Breach is super helpful, and it pairs really nicely if you get the Atherin Pilot, because then you can attack a defenseless thing that isn't rested. I am poo-pooing it. It sounds like a lot. I've been able to win plenty with the deck. I just don't... It doesn't come very naturally to me, or I haven't kind of cracked the code of it yet. I think this video can still be valuable to you, so I hope you'll keep watching. I also hope, of course, that you do well in your beta weekend. But for now, let's get started. I'm using the Wingtable AI. I know it's not everybody's favorite, but I do have the Patreon, so I have a better AI. If you've watched the other videos, you definitely have seen the AI do some wonky things, but it is getting better all the time. You report wacky AI stuff to the developer. He works on improving them. It works really well if you need to get in some quick games and you can't sort of wrestle anybody else to play with you online, or otherwise all of your decks live in here. You can just click. You don't have to worry about pasting something into Zumbo Sim. It's a very efficient thing. It's been a helpful tool for me. Even when I was in the beta pre-regionals and I won that event, a lot of my final deck construction came from testing just opening hands in here, or feeling what cards felt nice against matchups. Even though my opponents definitely felt weaker than the human opponents I played at that event, it still was a good indicator of like, oh, I want less bases. Oh, I want more units. Oh, I don't want the high-cost breach units and things like that. You can get a good broad gist of it. All right, we are going to start, though, against Heroic Beginnings. We are going random. We are starting the game. I don't like starting the game here as much. I at least get to play this on turn 2, though. And I can do this on turn 4. Hopefully I have something good to do on turn 3, so we won't take a mulligan. We are against the Heroic Beginnings deck, but the Breach with Atherin can be good because it gets past the big booties. We want to get this one down before they get their big booties so that we can take out this base quickly. Worst case scenario, we could use Kira or something, but I like having this as a very flexible answer to whatever they are going to play, so we will not mulligan. All right, a second Atherin makes me think I'd probably play this instead of the Kira and keep that for something later on. But we'll see. I might want to try to pick off units with Kira. That is annoying. But it won't kill this, so it's not the end of the world. We'll play this. I technically have a turn 3 play. It's not the most exciting, but it will get the job done. See, the commands, this is that wonky... The commands are the thing that seem to trip up the AI the most here, but I think it used to just blankly block with the blockers any unit, regardless of how smart that block was. It's smartened up there, I think, thanks to the Patreon and some of the developments it's been doing, the developer's been doing in general. Oh no, I didn't play the Mobius. I got distracted from talking. It probably isn't the end of the world. I guess it would have been helpful here. Dang, that is annoying. But I will get to finish it off, and I won't die in the process and kill their base, so that is nice. And I'll get to play Akira next turn. In we go. So we wouldn't have been able to do that if we had blocked, but I think I might have caught that. It still would be better to have this on the field instead of not. It's not like the Wings of Advance deck where you got to be careful with your 1 HP things because of the heavy arms. All right, they didn't draw a card off of that. I like that. That is annoying. But we're going to get to come in with this and reduce it, so that will be nice. Ooh, and another one. Ooh, baby. Play you. Play you. We can't do that, but that's okay. We don't want to, because it might give them the opportunity to draw a card. We are going... Oh, no, this will die. Oh, no, because I'm going to give it -2 AP. I can't even attack it anyway. All right, we will cancel that. Oh, but I can't kill this? This guy is causing me some trouble. That's Suletta on there. Pretty big pain in the butt. Perhaps it would have been better to play these 2 blockers and this for this turn. I will get to play a blocker and a second one of these. All right, we're just going to go ham then. We got the better units. We've got great units coming up. So we're just going to go for it. And I don't know what they're going to... They could also link rush me again this turn 2 and clear out both units, but I'm confident... I guess if they go after this, one of their units could survive. They've chosen to trade off, though. Oh no, it's even worse than I thought. That is unfortunate. That is even more unfortunate. Oof. I felt so confident. This has turned around quite quickly. So this is a control card. Like, this is... Ooh. I can attack this, though. And I could trade there if I wanted to. But maybe I won't. Well, we definitely know we're playing this. And this. And let's just attack this now. Alright, I think what I will do is attack here. Because either way I'm dealing 3 to this. If they want to attack my base, fine. I'm going to win that race. And I've got a blocker to trade with this. If need be, and if they have another rush link unit, it's likely to trade or do enough damage to it where my blockers can kind of... another base! My blockers can kind of clean it up nicely. Oh no, will they draw the card this time? Oof! Oof, big oof there. Okay, but they went with that anyway, so that ended up not changing anything. I don't know why they didn't want to kill these things. These have breach. Oh, they don't want to do any... The disrespect! I got 2 blockers coming up here. It is annoying that these can't one-shot a base. Ooh, okay. Let us... This one's the closest to death, so let us go here. And then we will finish off this base. And we will... Looks like we can actually play almost everything. We're going to play this. We have to go the big boy mode because this one has 4 toughness. It's less risky to do that here than against the Zeon Rush deck because that they have close combat. We are going to play another blocker. Oh no, I didn't... Oh! Down the stretch here, I'm making a lot of boneheaded mistakes. This is fine. I would have liked to have this in play, though. I could trade off here and get rid of one of these. Oh, I can Miguel. Alright. If this was destroyed, it would set this off. Huh. I don't think that's going to happen this game. Pilot. Making sure I'm clicking the right thing. Yeah, the game would likely be over if I had played this last turn, so whoopsie on me. But let's go in and see. Yeah, okay. I'm glad we didn't try to trade here yet. I'm going to try it again and see if they have the third one. They do not. They do get an Amuro, though. We will finish this one off and get rid of a base at the same time. I love that. And lastly, we will play this MA. What, they got something to hand that I miss? Another... No, that Demi Trainer. Okay. Alright, so they would have been dead if I had played that on the previous turn, so no matter what happens here, I technically did win. This is frustrating. But shouldn't change anything. Because I can't attack. Okay, great. Okay. Let us... I guess we'll go here. I'm going to attack with this first, because if they did draw that last one, this wouldn't get to do damage to that, in which case I'd rather have the blocker up. So they seemingly did not draw the last -3 thing, so we are going to get to win. Excellent. All right. Didn't look pretty, but we did manage to pull it off. Stay tuned for the next match. All right, we are starting the game here, which I don't love, but I don't hate. I have 3 of these units that I truly hate. They have so many blockers that can kill it. The next hand could be so bad, though. Oh my goodness. These units are just not great. They're not great. They die to everything. They definitely die to everything in this deck. But I know I've got stuff I can do for 3 turns. The next hand could be so bad. There's 6 draws to make this a really great thing. All right, Miguel, you ended up coming in clutch last game, so I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. All right, we will not mulligan. Oof. But I absolutely do not feel... I already don't feel confident with this deck, and I really don't like this hand. But the good news is I won't draw any more of them later in the game, so that will be nice. And they didn't play the Tragos, the 1/1 blocker, so that also feels nice. Though they could still play it next turn. Drawing this is okay. A wing would still kill it if I don't have a pilot for it. Tallgeese would too. I'm going to get rid of this unit, though. I will trade here first, and then get rid of it, I believe. Okay, well, that'll be good. Or do I want to go aggro? No, because they might kill my better toughness one. I want to control what unit dies. Play the pilot. Here we go. All right, you go here. They didn't have any 2-drops. That's interesting. The deck has a fair amount of 2-drops, so they've got some big endgame there. We also might be inviting them to play a base here. There could be a fair number of those up there. But this should be able to chew through whatever base they have. So that's not the end of the world here. And then the next turn we can play this and a base. Oh no, they do have the base, and it's a pretty good base. That won't kill this, though. Alright, let's... Would I want to play these instead? I don't think so, because the Tallgeese won't kill this. Okay, but I will get to kill that base. Play you. We'll play you. Oh, I can attack this. But I think I just want to get rid of the base. Yeah. Let's get rid of the base. We'll get rid of a shield. Whatever that attacks, it's going to die anyway. And then next turn we'll get to play this. Ideally, I would like to have Akira, though. So, but if he attacks my base, if the opponent attacks my base, I could also play these 3 things instead. Because I don't super need a blocker at the moment. And this will also give me a blocker too, I suppose. Another base, yeah. So they had a bunch of bases in hand, as I thought might be the case if they didn't have a turn 2 play. And we have this blocker, which is gross. And this one doesn't do what I hoped it did. Okay, this base is interesting. But I don't think I want it yet. But would I want it in a future turn? I'm likely to kill both of these units this turn. Huh. Tricky, tricky, tricky. So they aren't going to be able to attack this one. Though then I could attack and then pull this one up in the following turn. Okay, we are going to play you. Okay, this is interesting. Do I want to just bounce that? Or I could bounce the Tallgeese. That's the better play. Get rid of the token. My units get to live. We are going to attack the base. The blocker won't let us. And then we'll attack with my little guy here. So if they're going to rush me with something, it's going to be a big body. So I would rather have the 4-2 here. Trade the best that I can with it. And then, oh, because my math got off because I played that moo. All right, so we'll just end the turn. But we did get rid of the Tallgeese, and we got to keep our unit in the process. I like that. Oh, that doesn't matter. I don't know why they played that now. They're not attacking me. So like here will be pretty good, because I can play this and this at the same time and attack with this. So we're going to go and finish this off here. Also, again, this would trigger if this dies, so that will be nice. Now we're going to attack with this one. Uh-oh. Well, this is basically a free attack, so I don't feel bad about losing that. And then we'll attack with this one. Not level 5. Alright, so we don't forget. Let us set this as there, and then let us play this bad boy. Then we will end it. What have they got for us? I'm feeling like we're in a pretty good spot here. I guess I will block that because I want to have more units on play and I want to get rid of theirs if I can in the process. We're going coast to coast with this Miguel. The Miguel's Jin. Uh-oh. Okay, can't attack us this turn. That's nice. So I think we win then. They don't have that AP reducing thing, and if these are bases, that would sort of throw off some of the math. But I get to attack with this, which I won't do now, because I could throw one of these in to make this a 5 toughness if there's a base involved, should I need to. Tallgeese might have just come a little too late for you. They got the Zex, though. That's gotta feel bad. Alright, we will attack now, because we didn't hit a base there, and it doesn't matter if we hit a base here, because we already have the 5. Alright, but they don't. So we will go in and finish them off. And we get to do 3 damage to that. So at least we got to do it to something. Alright, what do they have here? They did go through all those bases. I bet they would have done Zex in this one next turn. And they also would have had enough to attack with this twice, too. So it's good we finished it when we did, but we were going to be able to play 3 other units, and that should have been good enough to seal the door shut. And dealing the 3 damage, it would have died no matter what it attacked. All right, let's go to the final match of the whole series. We were back against Zeon's Rush. We have an aggro deck. I still might have kept that hand from the last one with the aggro deck. I like having this and a base. Against the aggro deck, having a base in your hand is good to make sure you'll have one if needed. And we can play that on turn 2, and hopefully we have another cheap thing we can play. And we have Atherin. Again, we have a lot of good hits with Atherin if we draw those. So we will not mulligan. Haven't had a mulligan a lot in this series. That's been nice. I talked a lot of crap about Miguel at the beginning of the video, but in 2 games, he ended up being pretty useful. I didn't even need to play that 3rd Miguel unit, Miguel Jin unit, though. We are going to play this. Against another opponent, it might have been worth it to me, based on how the hand was shaping out, to play this first and, like, go, but I would rather... I know I'm going to need to play the control role here from the start, because this is the most aggro of the decks. So, no need to go get this base. Let's just not do anything stupid. Let's keep our resources so we can get our bigger board control things out there. And we'll just go after them in our own time. I'm going to get to play this next turn and draw Deep Digger. Oh no, I'm actually going to play this next turn. Way better. Do I want to block here? I don't feel the need to, so we won't. I'd much rather have this blocker for this, to keep this alive for an extra turn. Well, I do sort of want to block this. You're going to have 6 defense. I could kill this and still have 2. Ooh. Alright, yeah, we will utilize the blocker here, right? Board control is basically what we're doing, so let's not try to get greedy. We're going to get to do a shield thing anyway, thanks to the breach, so if they kill it the turn after that, so be it. Here we go. That doesn't sort of matter for us here. We will attack. Get rid of this base, and then he will go in, clear up a shield. There we go. All right. Probably we'll play this and this the next turn. It's not, the most efficient use of mana, but having a base seems like it would be pretty useful. I wish it were the other base that I didn't care about dying, because it's definitely going to die. But that's the base that I have. We'll go after this one. I can't. I still get tripped up on that from time to time. Maybe I'll leave this one back then, because it can't do the thing I want it to do. But I will have a blocker. Yeah, but then it could just keep piling on. All right, here's what we do. Let us play this first, because we know we want to play this. See what card we get. All right, I don't really need... This isn't super great in this matchup, so I'd rather have the blocker. It would make better use of my mana, though. I'd rather have the blocker. Pains me to say, but... Now, these are all not super tough units, so we are going to go with the 2-4. be able to block a couple times. We are going to attack with this one. I don't mind if they want to go after this. I would like to keep this around to get some value out of it. They are going to be attacking next turn. I will lose the base, so be it. I feel like I have a better top end here. I'm going to be able to double spell next turn. They're attacking with that. No blocker there. I don't know why they made that attack. I will not block here because I'd rather attack that into that. And I will block when this one attacks. So I will get a turn out of this, which would be nice. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to lose my guy. Okay, no, I'm not. I'm going to let them kill this thing. That was an odd attack. I don't know why they did that. It felt like they specifically waited to do that to kill this. And, like, I can attack with this and untap it next turn if I want to. And I'm going to kill this. That was a bad AI attack. Ooh, more blockers. I like that. So I am going to play safe and hold this one up. I want to get just units on the board. So we know we want this, and we're going to want the same one. Oh no! Oh, this hasn't come up before, but you have to have no tokens already in play. I've not been in that position where I've been able to play them twice. That was very silly of me. Very, very silly of me. I could have been playing this blocker the whole time. Oh well. I'm more likely to draw Kira, but I would rather rush with this. So we'll play this one and we'll see what we draw. I don't like this unit, so away you go. Sorry, Miguel. You've done well this game, this series of matches, this Gauntlet, but I still would rather not play you if I don't have to. Uh-oh, is the full frontal coming down? Okay, they didn't have the perfect turn 6, which is good for us. That's unfortunate, but at least we're going to trade. Oh, could utilize the blocker. No, I think I'd rather... No, I will use the blocker, because then I can kill this and get another hit in. Oh, but I could do this and live? Yeah, we're just trying to get rid of units, right? Okay, I think this is the smarter way to go. I'll kill off this one. It'll still be surviving. I could play this and untap this on the same turn. Alright, I think that's not a bad play. We'll attack here. Alright, well, there's the full frontal. That will be bad. We'll attack. Is it better now to just, like, finish them off quickly? Play out more units? Play out these 2 units? Do I need a blocker? This one can't kill these things. This one can only kill 1. Okay, we are going to go after the shields. That shouldn't do anything. Is that how that works? Choose one friendly unit. It can't receive battle damage from enemy units with 2 or less AP. Is a shield a friendly unit? This might be a bug. I'll message that to the developer. I don't think that should have happened. Weird. I just have so much leeway here, I don't have to worry about being defensive anymore. I get to be the aggro deck now, because they're so close to death. So I am going to maximize my mana. I guess I could have done these 2 instead, but... if I attack with this and kill something, I get a shield anyway, if I need to start going slightly defensive. This can't kill any of my available units at the moment. Well, now it can. Didn't want to put full frontal. I guess that makes sense. You want to be able to get through my big butt guys. And it doesn't kill this. Ugh. Should I have killed that when I had the chance? Another Sinaju. Uh-oh. We do need to end this quick. Well, this ended up being a pretty good draw. So they don't have any cards, so we don't have to play around anything. We don't need to sort of bluff anything. We're just going to go in for it. This will get to do damage to these things, though, so that's good. We're attacking. Great, not a base. We're attacking. Wait, what? Oh, because it doesn't have the 5 or more AP. Alright, well, we're going to win the game anyway. Okay, so I made a couple of weird mistakes there. We did have to pivot to being aggro in this game once they got these big beefy boys down. But we were able to do that because we had these. I don't know if I would have played that same way if I only had like 3 of these left. I might have tried to be more defensive here. We did fortunately get some good defensive draws. We didn't find a lot of pilots, but that was fine because these cards are a lot of them are pretty strong on their own. I guess this one didn't do the thing I thought. But fortunately, I wasn't playing around that. But yes, you have to have 5 or more AP. Piloting is an easy way to do that, but so are like support things. This deck I don't think actually has support, so it's just got to be pilots. Yeah, see, like they're not vibing together very well. The red cards don't seem to be helping out the other red cards, and the white cards are just like blockers, which is very helpful, I'm not going to lie. But it just, I wish they kind of coalesced a little better like they did like the cards in the other decks do with each other. But very winnable to win with all the games. We didn't lose a match today, but again, the AI is not great. We dug ourselves out of some jams. We knew how to approach each matchup specifically. So feel free to play with any deck you like. If you really like Seed, play with this deck. You might understand it way better than I do. Then you can send me a comment and kind of help me out, figure it out, in case I happen to get randomly dealt this in one of my starter events. But feel free, if you like Wing, that's great. If you like drawing cards like I do, then you play the Wing deck. If you like just going aggro, definitely go Zeon. You can't go wrong with any of the decks. Don't let all the debate online about which is better and why they're better, don't let that scare you. The differences will likely be marginal to the event that you'll be at and the opponents that you'll have. So play what you like. They're all very winnable. Hopefully these videos help you do very well. I wish you the best of luck this weekend, and perhaps I'll see some of you in person. Take care.